Hello everyone, and welcome back to Alex's English Lab, the place where you can improve your English while exploring fascinating topics from around the world. I'm Alex, and as always, I'm delighted to have you with us. If you're aiming to develop your listening skills, expand your vocabulary, and become more confident in speaking English, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're discussing a topic that has become impossible to ignore: artificial intelligence. AI is changing the way we work, study, communicate, and even think. Some people believe it's one of the greatest inventions in human history. Others worry that we're becoming too dependent on it. Will AI make our lives easier and more productive, or are we slowly losing important human skills? To explore these questions, Sophie and Harry are joining us for another lively discussion. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's get started. Over to Sophie and Harry.
Thanks, Alex. Harry, have you noticed how AI seems to be everywhere these days?
Absolutely. A few years ago, it felt like something from science fiction. Now it's part of everyday life.
Exactly. People use AI to write emails, create images, organize schedules, translate languages, and even help with homework.
And that's just the beginning. Some companies are already using AI to conduct job interviews, analyze customer behavior, and assist doctors with medical diagnoses.
It's remarkable, really. Sometimes I wonder whether we fully realize how quickly things are changing.
I don't think we do. Technological change often happens gradually, then suddenly everyone notices.
Like smartphones.
Exactly. If you traveled back to 2005 and told people that most of the world would soon carry a powerful computer in their pocket, they'd probably laugh.
And now we can't imagine life without one.
Which raises an interesting question. Are we heading in the same direction with AI?
Let's start with the positives, because there are plenty of them.
Definitely. One major advantage is efficiency. AI can complete tasks in seconds that might take humans hours.
I agree. For example, if you're researching a topic, AI can quickly summarize information and save a huge amount of time.
And for students learning languages, AI can be incredibly useful.
As someone who loves languages, I completely agree. Learners can practice conversations, check grammar, improve pronunciation, and receive immediate feedback.
Which wasn't possible for previous generations. Imagine learning English 30 years ago. You needed textbooks, cassette tapes, and perhaps a teacher if you were lucky.
Now you can speak to an AI assistant at any time of day.
Exactly. Another benefit is accessibility. People with disabilities can use AI-powered tools to read text, recognize objects, or communicate more easily.
That's a brilliant point. Technology often receives criticism, but sometimes we forget how many lives it improves.
And let's not forget healthcare. AI can help identify patterns in medical data that doctors might miss.
Of course, doctors remain essential, but having another tool available can make a real difference.
Especially when dealing with large amounts of information.
However, there's another side to the story.
There always is.
I sometimes worry that people are becoming too dependent on technology.
In what sense?
Well, think about navigation. Years ago, people memorized routes, read maps, and developed a good sense of direction. Today, many people rely entirely on GPS.
That's true. If my phone battery dies, I suddenly feel much less confident about finding my way around.
Exactly. And perhaps something similar could happen with AI. If people use it for every task, will they stop thinking critically?
That's a genuine concern. Critical thinking is like a muscle. If you never use it, it becomes weaker.
Let's imagine a student who asks AI to write every essay. That student might achieve good grades in the short term, but are they actually learning?
Probably not. Learning often involves struggling with ideas, making mistakes, and gradually improving.
And if AI removes all the struggle, perhaps it also removes part of the learning process.
That's a fascinating point. Sometimes the difficult part is what teaches us the most.
Another topic that generates a lot of debate is employment.
Yes, the question everyone asks. Will AI take our jobs?
What do you think?
I think some jobs will disappear. History suggests that technological revolutions always change the job market.
Like the Industrial Revolution?
Exactly. Machines replaced certain types of manual labor, but they also created entirely new industries.
So you're optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. I don't think AI will eliminate work altogether. Instead, many jobs will evolve.
Can you give an example?
Sure, graphic designers may spend less time on repetitive tasks and more time on creative decision-making. Teachers may use AI to prepare materials while focusing more on student interaction.
That makes sense. The challenge will be adapting quickly enough.
Exactly. Workers may need to learn new skills throughout their careers.
Lifelong learning could become more important than ever. Let's talk about social media. AI plays a huge role there as well.
Indeed, every time we scroll through our feeds, algorithms decide what we see.
Sometimes that feels a bit unsettling,
Why?
because these systems are designed to keep our attention. The longer we stay online, the more advertisements we see.
That's true. Many platforms know our interests surprisingly well,
Sometimes they know them better than we do.
which raises important questions about privacy. How much information should companies collect about us?
And who should control that information?
Exactly. The technology itself isn't necessarily the problem. The question is how it's used.
That's often the case with powerful inventions.
Here's a question for you, Sophie. Can AI truly be creative?
That's difficult. AI can generate paintings, music, stories, and videos. Some of them are genuinely impressive.
I agree. I've seen AI-generated artwork that looked incredible.
But creativity isn't only about producing something attractive. It's also about experience, emotion, and personal perspective.
Interesting. So you're saying creativity involves being human?
To some extent, yes. A novelist writes about heartbreak because they've experienced emotions. A musician creates songs inspired by real memories.
Whereas AI doesn't actually experience anything.
Exactly. It processes data, but it doesn't feel joy, fear, excitement, or disappointment.
That's a crucial distinction. Perhaps AI can imitate creativity rather than truly possess it.
At least for now. Who knows what the future holds?
Let's make some predictions. What do you think life will be like in 10 years?
I think AI assistants will become far more personalized. They'll understand our preferences, habits, and routines.
Almost like digital companions.
Possibly, not in a science fiction way, but as highly advanced assistants.
I can imagine that. I also think education will change significantly. Students may spend less time memorizing facts and more time solving problems.
Because information will always be available.
Exactly. The valuable skill won't be finding information, it will be evaluating it.
That's already becoming important. With so much content online, knowing what's trustworthy is essential.
Absolutely. And perhaps that's the skill we should focus on developing.
So, after everything we've discussed, are we becoming too dependent on AI?
My answer would be potentially. But dependence isn't inevitable.
Meaning?
Technology is a tool. Used wisely, it can improve our lives. Used carelessly, it can create problems.
I like that perspective. Perhaps the goal isn't to reject AI or embrace it blindly.
Exactly. The goal is balance.
Use AI to enhance human abilities, not replace them.
Well said.
And maybe continue exercising our brains occasionally.
I couldn't agree more.
Thanks for the conversation, Harry.
Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you, Sophie and Harry. And thank you to all our listeners for joining us today on Alex's English Lab. We hope you enjoyed this discussion and that you've picked up some useful vocabulary and expressions along the way. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Do you think AI is making our lives better, or are we becoming too dependent on it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and join the conversation. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new podcast episode. I'm Alex, and this has been Alex's English Lab. Take care, and see you soon.